Hi there, it's Mark back with another Lightroom tutorial, and today we're going to be looking at some presets, or rather a set of presets I have for you which you can download for free, and at the end of this video I'll show you how to install them. They're over there on the left. Down there. Yeah, down there. So there are times when you take a series of pictures in a similar environment, you find you're doing the similar sort of edit to. And that is invariably something like making your subject pop or your background darken or vice versa, or a bit of both. And with Lightroom it's dead easy to do. These are some of the pictures we took of Anna and James on an event I ran, photography event, and if you look through, the sun was coming in and out and there's different amounts of light in there, and because you've got a group of photographers and because it's outside and you haven't got all the good light control, you make do, and there's nothing wrong with them, but there are similar edits to do, and that is invariably this balance between background and foreground and such. So let's take this particular picture just as a demonstration. This picture of Anna. I just click reset. Generally we might want to come over here where the masks are really good in Lightroom and click subject, and I'm not worried how accurate that is at the moment, and I might just want to just nudge that up a tiny little bit. And at the same time I might want to create another mask, perhaps background. I might want to just take that background down a little bit. So if I use my / key for before and after, we're making Anna pop a little bit more relative to her background. That's a common task. But I had to go into the masks and do that to find out how much I wanted. With these presets, and we'll just reset. As I roll over the backgrounds up or background down or subject up and down, you get to see the impact straight away. So this is the background being lowered, and this is the background being brightened, and now this is Anna being darkened, and then Anna being brightened, or a combination of two. And the beauty of doing it via preset is I'm just hovering over them and you get to see the result. Anyone I want to choose, such as commit to that as my foreground and commit to -1 as my background, I just click and it applies them. If it's too strong, well, I'll show you what to do with it if it's too strong after the titles, but that's the essence of it. These presets give you a good first look at what that'll be without having to squirrel around over here and actually do them. And there are other advantages too. These are the actual pictures we're going to be using today. 1, 2, 3, 4, and they are in a zip file, and that's also down below. You can go and get them now. You have my permission. And for the rest of you who do want to play along but are interested still, and for those who do want to play along, when you come back, first job, click subscribe if you haven't already, and throughout the course of this, if you think it warrants a thumbs up, give it a thumbs up. YouTube likes thumbs up, and therefore I like thumbs up. And that's it. I'm going to have a sip of this gorgeous beer. I'm going to play the titles, and I'll see you in about 6 seconds. Bye for now. Glad to see you made it to the other side. Now, I did say I would show you how we can adjust them if they're a bit too much. We chose positive 0.25 exposure on Anna, and we chose -1 background. Over here, as you can see, it has actually created those two masks. And indeed, if we click on one, you can see that one is set to 0.25 and that one to -1. So there are masks. I'll come back to those in a second. However, over here we clicked on the -1. Having clicked on that -1, I can now roll it back and forward. Okay, so why have all these separate ones? Why have a -1/4, -1/2, -3/4, -1 if I can roll them back and forward? That is a great question. And the reason why is because if it was just one choice and I move that slider, I wouldn't be able to preview them as I can now. Look, just rolling over with my mouse, I can get to see what they do. If there's just one of them, I would have to choose it and then fiddle with it. By having them in little steps allows me to get a rough idea of where I want to land as a first pass, fine tune a little bit, and away I go. Now, let's jump over to the masks. Here are the masks, which you may generally want to have done anyway if you're looking to pop something, so you've wasted nothing other than one click to get this mask made for you. But the mask is made for you. In the case of the background, it's got the -1 in. I could come in, add other things. I could put the clarity up in that background. I could put the highlights up a little bit against the down exposure just to get a bit more separation in the background itself. It's there. I could tint it. So we can continue playing with it. The mask is there. Or you could ignore it and just leave it. You might find all you need to do for pop and darken is click and away you go. I hope that made sense. All of these presets have got the mix slider at the top. Let's pick another one. So let's go with this picture here. One of the ones in the zip file. Now, is the background too bright and there's been nothing done to it? Or is the subject too dark? Should we come in and start playing with that? All of these won't help because these are global. That's global exposure. So you really need in this instance to be looking at locally, i.e. using your masks, subject and background. Well, we can go and play, or we can just run down through the subject. Let's start brightening the subject. So we want to start on this one. I think that looks about right. That's a bit too bright for me. That's a bit too bright. So it's between picking the subject up, half a stop, or 3/4 of a stop. Alternatively, we could darken the background. Let's take the background down. So I think we've got two solutions here. I think the background down by 3/4 of a stop works on this picture. No, I haven't done any edits yet. But I also think a subject pop of 0.5 of a stop works. So that just leaves me to think, well, do I want my overall picture brighter, which is what this gives me, or do I want my overall picture darker, which is what this gives me? And I think I prefer the brighter. Personal preference, that's all. So I'm just going to click on that. I'm not going to touch the background, leave that as my foreground, and now I can get on with the rest of my edit. If I want to do something else with that subject, I've got my mask, it's already on my subject, click on overlay, it's already on my subject, quite a good selection. Hair warrants a little bit of sorting out there, but all told, quite a good selection. I could then go on to do other things. Alright, next example. This one. Now, I like this picture. I don't particularly want to change anything on it. I might want to globally bring up the exposure. But creatively, let's have a look at them. So remember, you edit generally because you need to. There's something there that you want to change, or it didn't meet your expectations in other ways, possibly a colour or something like that. Or you do it creatively. Or not at all. You can have straight out camera looking quite good, edit creatively, or edit to repair or enhance. So what would this look like with a much darker background? Or a much brighter background? Or a darker subject to merge her into background, or a subject pop? Too bright. I think I like the background coming up actually on that. And I think stepping her back into the background by lowering her. Oh, look, I've got a capital U in the word subject there. Sorry, OCD. There. I prefer that. Before and after. And over here, it has given us the two masks to then further play with should we want. Okay, let's move on to another one. You get the gist. It's not just people. The subject, because the subject in this case, in all of these, the background and subject are the same as what Adobe over here would pick if we chose subject or background. So whether it is accurate or not is down to the built-in AI of Adobe. Okay, so let's now just go subject brighten on this one, I think. And I'm going to take, do I want to change the background at all? Yeah, I think I'll take the background about 0.75 and roll it back just a little bit. And then before and after. Okay, job done. Next one and final one. Dreary day, didn't get my exposure very well. I'm going to recrop on this one because I want it more of a letterbox. There you are. Now, what does it do to the subject? It makes no difference. It will still find the subject. Now here, I want it dreary. I think I'll just want a little bit of a pop on the subject. See how much I want to pop. Half. I think 3/4. No, I think 3/4 is probably okay. And then roll it back a little bit. All right, before and after with the backslash key. There you go. Okay, how do you get these? Well, the zip file is linked to down below, and I've already downloaded that into my pictures folder. There it is there. What I'm going to do here in Lightroom is I'm going to right click and delete that group. So now in my presets, it doesn't exist anymore. Let's come in here, let's double click on the zip file or whatever you need to do to get your unzipper to unzip them. And there they all are, these XMP files. Do not edit these files. Come back into Lightroom. Once you're in the develop module, click on the plus on presets and import presets. Let's go back to our list of presets. Click on the first one, scroll down, hold my shift key, click on the last one, click on import, and there they are. They're back in. Do they work? Yep, there they all are. And it is as simple as that. I hope you found that useful. Let me know how you get on. And if you want to learn more about presets, I've got another video where I feature them, and I will link to that one above now. Right, with all this talking, I've only had a chance to have that one sip of beer. The rest of it staring at me. You go enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.